Hey, Casual. Hey, Soggy Butter. Hey, up in the house. They don't like that. Hi, Michelle. Hey, Jen. I just did I did a 45-minute video on up close video of the trees budding. That ought to put you to sleep with a 30-foot pole. Hey, peace and love. Hey, Neff. Yeah, she's a great dog. She's at Willow Park. Hey, Mary. Hey, Cable. How you doing? Hey, Tim. I did a 45-minute video on trees budding up close. I took my 30-foot Doka pole and I walked around and I videoed the trees up close, all the different trees and their buds. Yeah, I've been back in Michigan, yep. Daisy had a nice walk. I never use it the whole 30 feet though. I use it about 20 because it's hard to hold, especially if it's windy, and it just doesn't get you any further down the road, and it's 3 times harder. Hey, Steve. Hey, Simka. Hey, Penny. Because you have nothing else to do, William. Hey, BJ. Hey, Blue. Blue, I found that horse whisper and unblocked it, believe it or not. I thought it was Whisper, not Whisperer. So I think I might have blocked him accidentally. See you, Mary. Oh, thanks, Michelle. Yeah, last time I was in Pittsburgh was a while ago. I bought one of those turbo Daytonas that Chrysler made back in '84. And I was kind of on and off with a girlfriend. And she was doing an internship in Pittsburgh. And I drove out there from Detroit. And that damn car broke down about 8 times when I was in Pittsburgh. Twice I got stuck on those bridges. Then I got a ticket on the way back in Strongsburg, Ohio on the turnpike for doing 111. Yeah, it's a nice town. There's a kid that grew up on my street that ended up becoming a nuclear engineer, and he runs one of those nuclear plants out there in Pittsburgh. His wife's a dentist. Yeah, that was a long time ago. That car was a pain in the ass. Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, I've been down through there. I haven't found anybody. I go there in the morning and in the night, deader than hell. I know people that do other things down there, hand out food and stuff like that. They haven't seen anybody either. And of course, you know that COVID is through the roof in Detroit. Oh, cool. Yeah, Pittsburgh's cool. Good. How you doing, Moy? Oh, does he? Oh, cool. Does he teach here then, Michelle? Good, BJ. What are you doing? Hey, GS. Yeah, it's been cool here too. No, I don't think that's why. Actually, I think a lot of them. I think the law enforcement presence has been ramped up, and I think a lot of them are getting stimulus money. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, our governor's kind of really in a pickle now. You know, she was criticized a lot during the initial outbreak, and then actually was given an A+ by her peers the way she handled it. And now the data shows that it's worse than it was when she mandated the restrictions, and she's not doing the same thing. So it's kind of interesting. It's a real hot potato for her. Yeah, I've had bad experiences. Not many, though. I usually just come up to them and say, hey, you know, I got a YouTube channel. I travel around, do interviews, and you interested? $10, 5 minutes. That's how I usually do it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to get today for lunch. I've been staying up later and later. So lunch is kind of past by the time I get on the road. Yeah, I've done them in a lot of other places, yep. Yeah, but you know, the recommendations don't seem to work. I mean, you really have to legislate people's safety. You don't with a lot of people, but there's plenty that you do. Hey, Carla. I mean, honestly, I think in a unique way, they're all good experiences. I wouldn't really count one better than the other. I mean, you know, it's the subject matter. Um, you know, I pretty much ask the same questions, and it's how they take off with them, how they respond, or if they want to ask me something. Yeah, we have Bob Evans, yep. Yeah, they're just all different, you know. It's kind of like, you know, people have children or your pets. Which one do you like the most? You know, I mean, you could answer that, but I'm not so sure it'd be valid because everybody brings something unique to the table. I mean, you know, you think that there has to be a certain time frame with interviews. I just take them how they go. If it's a 60-second interview, that's the way it goes. It's a 60-second interview. I don't try and force it. You know what I mean? I'm in Willow Park. Yeah, it's kind of cool here today. Clouds are breaking up. I've had some fantastic clouds lately. Just beautiful. You know, this moist air. It's heating and cooling, and pretty good winds. Oh, did they, Michael? Oh, okay. Oh, good for you, BJ. Oh, no kidding, Blue. Yeah, I'd say it's about 50 here. Hey, Emma. You ever go over there and get a Captain Nemo sub? Oh, is it, Blue? That's interesting. You need to get a GoPro, Blue. They're really easy to use. Can do everything: photos, time lapse, 4K video. It's super easy. Yeah, they're really good. I mean, they've been there forever. I've been eating at them for like 45 years, longer than that actually. More like 48 years. 48 years. I got one of those bulldog subs last night. I didn't really like it. Yeah, Golden Corrals don't seem to be doing too hot when I'm driving around. There's somebody out there with a little kid taking them on the slide. Cute. Yeah, you know, I didn't like the cheese they put on. I kind of rushed my order and got the same thing. I always buy the clerks at the hotel dinner. And I got the same thing she did. I probably should have taken my time. I just been lucky. I've worked my whole life. Oh, the drug problems everywhere, whether it's on the street or by your local pharmacy. Yeah, it's no problem. I mean, I've known these people for like ever. And it's not exactly like the highest paying job in the world. Yeah, that's about it, eh, Michelle? How old are your kids? Yesterday, I spent a lot of time catching up on my reading and fooling around. I've been doing more sound recordings, but I haven't uploaded them. Sound is really complicated. And like I said the other day, there's no such thing as silence. I was out in California Pizza Kitchen, which I've eaten at those for a long time. Man, I feel bad for them. They just came out of bankruptcy. And that Ann Arbor mall is like not looking that great. Man, that used to be packed at lunch. You'd wait 15, 20 minutes to sit down. Last 3 times I've been there over the last 6 months, it's just like me and 3 other people in the whole place. Oh, okay, Michelle. Oh, sorry about that, Michael. Hey, Shannon, how you doing? I'm still not home yet. I'm in Willow Park. Yeah, times are changing. No, never in any other countries. Nope. These trees are all about ready to bust out with leaves. Oh, you got that right, GS. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Yep, 7 Mile Purple Gang. Yep. No, I didn't. I didn't get anything there. Nope. I go in those places so much, and I'm pretty much on it. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't blame you in this day and age, Michelle. God. I was thinking about that driving today. Just such a daunting task to raise children, especially now. I'd be afraid to let them leave the house. Oh, yeah, and that's something trying to park. Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, just crazy. Hey, Stephanie. Just everything. Every time you turn on the news, it's some shooting and this COVID crap and the economy's in the tank. Oh, really, Shannon? Wow. Wow, Blue. Yeah, I never wanted kids, to tell you the truth. Hey, Watson. They've had on the news here the last week. I don't watch the news that much, but some young kids dying that were healthy. It wasn't like they were diabetics or, had compromised immune system. It's scary. I bought another case. I carry around a lot of stuff with me between my cameras and lenses and other stuff. And I got into a conversation with a black guy yesterday at Harbor Freight. We had about a 40-minute conversation. It was excellent. And we talked a lot about racism, and he really provided a lot of good insight. It was a great conversation. Oh, wow, Watson. Yeah, and that's something, Michelle. Watch him grow up. Well, we talked about the politics in Detroit, and, the government and COVID and all this stuff. Well, we talked about different things, what I did, what he did. He'd worked at GM, now he's at Chrysler. He was in there buying tools. And it got to the point where, we were pretty comfortable. And I said, what's your take on this racism stuff? Oh, it started out because we talked about law enforcement in the black community. And then after that conversation, it got to, I said, what's your take on this racism, And it developed into like, there are troublemakers in all races. And then basically the bottom line is he said that when you're a young black guy growing up in a neighborhood, depending on where you come from, you're exposed to your situation, and then you look out at the world and you look at, as an example, white people's situation. You got Detroit and then you have the suburbs. And he said, if just you watch the normal news, you'll see we're in the nicer suburbs where there are a lot of jobs. They're building new parks and they're christening new buildings. And he said, you just see a lot of development and jobs, and the news is basically talking about white people all the time. And as a young kid growing up, there's a chance in a lot of the areas in the depressed cities that your parents don't even work. You're being raised by one parent, and all you see is their life, and you're comparing it to yours. The jobs aren't in the hood. Public transportation in a city like Detroit is difficult. Everybody's driving cars in the suburbs. And then he said, you just realize when you go to get in that, try to, get into that lifestyle, you're so far behind with etiquette and education, and you just don't have the tools necessary to get out on the ground floor and move up. And it starts to get to you. And then he said, then, if you get a criminal conviction on whatever, smoking marijuana before it was legal, that kind of thing, and then that limits you more. And then you get out and you have, let's say you're having problems with your wife and you don't have transportation, you're paying for a lot for everything because you can't drive. And it starts to get to you. And then you're pissed all the time, because you're comparing your possibilities to other people's. And then before you know it, it turns into aggression and things kind of get out of control. And you have big groups and large neighborhoods of people all in kind of the same boat. And it's perceived as kind of us against them. Yeah. Yeah, and I've always said too, they always make it look like hard work, gets you someplace. I'm not convinced that's true. I mean, I don't think there's any free lunch. But you look at some of the situations that people are born into, and mine is a miracle, like a guy like Ben Carson. For every Ben Carson, there's 10,000 guys out there that life didn't work out for because they got off to such a bad start. I see they're implementing a program different places on some of these people that were convicted of nonviolent felonies, and they're erasing it from their records. Before they used to use, when you break the law, their philosophy is punishment. But nobody really considered what that turned into. I mean, you do a crime, you get convicted, you go to jail, you pay your fine, you pay restitution. But I don't know that that's something that should keep you from getting a job the rest of your life. And that's exactly what happened. So it doesn't seem like society addressed what you do with all these people that can no longer be gainfully employed, that supposedly paid their debt to society. And they're starting to look at that differently now. And let's face it, if you come from a depressed neighborhood where there isn't a lot going on, your likelihood of getting into the criminal justice system is much higher than like a blue collar, middle class in a suburb. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, really. I mean, I was like this too, I mean, I used to think that, I'll give you an example. Like my ancestors were from Ireland, potato pickers. And, if that wasn't right next to slavery, what was, other than $1 a day? And I would never benefit from any kind of discrimination, but they were just treated as uneducated migrant laborers. And that always kind of pissed me off, especially when affirmative action came out. I don't think affirmative action's perfect, but I understand why they did it. And it seems like the Native Americans are just totally ignored. It's so crazy. Um, you realize that life's not fair, and you try to put mechanisms in place to even things up, but nothing's like making it right going forward. It seems like when you turn the hands of time back, it doesn't work as well, you know? Um, you got to do something, but I look at it differently now. Talk to a black guy someplace and ask their experience with law enforcement, where they grew up. Uh, you're supposed to feel good when you see a cop car coming down the street, not like you think your life's in danger. Yeah, no real way to catch up. And you can put all these. I'll give you an example. Like take the University of Michigan as an example. You can implement all these programs and give them preference on admission, but if you don't have those study habits, you can go to a lot of places now and get look at these private schools as an example. It's nothing to drop 80 grand at a private school a year. So now, yeah, you were black or you were Hispanic or you were something else, and we're going to give you a $30,000 scholarship. Well, you know what? You still got to come up with another 50. I think society is getting wise to these colleges now because they're realizing in a lot of cases what a bunch of bullshit it is. These people are as guilty as anybody is setting someone up for failure. They know, and there are places getting sued for this, that your likelihood of gainful employment is pretty low, but they don't mind charging you with the 50 grand you got to come up with a year to, let's say, go to Columbia. You get out with a social work degree, you can't get hired. You get hired at Starbucks 20 hours a week, but you get medical insurance, so that's better than anything else out there. You can go work at it like a slave at a casino, and you really never get out of underneath that student debt because, that's one thing you can't bankrupt out of. And here you believed what they taught you, and you really believed during those years at Columbia that you were going to make something of yourself and go out and get a job and pay these loans off. It's not happening now. The notion that you could come out of just like a crappy college like I went to with $150,000 of student debt is a joke. Yeah. And let me tell you, you guys know, I get around, right? I'm on the road all the time. And it doesn't matter when I went out to Montana and back in the fall, or I went down south twice, and now I'm in Detroit now. You look at any town, any place I go to, and I always take the back roads if I can, unless I'm trying to get to A to B in a hurry. And you'll see tons of vacant buildings downtown. All the mom and pop businesses like that you would see on stretches of highway between small towns, many of them are closed. The blight is just through the roof. Go down to the Magnificent Mile in Chicago. When I was living down there, that was really going strong, and now there's boarded up windows, vacant buildings. Now there's two ways of looking at places like Amazon. They're big around here. Actually, in about 5 miles from here, I've been by there before and done a little video on their building. You could take a motorcycle and it'd take you 5 minutes to ride to the other side. So, on one hand, it's hurt small business, the freestanding building. On the other hand, it's created jobs, but jobs for Amazon. So, it's a double-edged sword. Nothing's perfect. Like I said, there's no free lunch. Everybody that gets stuff delivered to their door now by Amazon, you really can't bitch about the local mom and pop place not being in business anymore because you're one of the persons that caused that. You didn't buy anything from them anymore because you could get it cheaper at Amazon. That's true, Cindy. Hey, Chelsea. Yeah, so I'll tell you one thing. I'm not glad I'm not starting out now, that's for sure. What I can't figure out is, if you look at the middle class, there are lots of people that didn't go to college in communities like the one I'm in right now. I grew up, close to here. But now for all those people that aren't going to get into like a IT program or be a doctor or a lawyer or a pilot, you don't have these jobs that you can go out and get at the factories like the old days. Sometimes I think, well, maybe it was just a false standard of living for people that weren't educated and that the scales were eventually equal. I don't really know. But I think the days that our parents lived, that's not like that anymore. You're not going to move into a neighborhood and buy a house for $25,000 and sell it for $250,000 when you decide to retire and move up north 30 or 40 years from now. I mean, for a while there, your employer would pay your college. Full health insurance. Health insurance is in the tank. College is cost prohibitive. No, I didn't see that, Doc. It did. On the other hand, though, I mean, you can argue American labor either way as well. I mean, if you look at capitalism, we're kind of seeing the backside of it now. We were king of the hill for years, particularly with automobile manufacturing. And, the consumer wants the best deal they can get. And if you look at American labor, even the companies that claim to be American, like Amazon and Microsoft, look at where their customer service is. Look where so many of their goods come from. China. You notice at Walmart, if you're in your 60s, you would know that Walmart used to tout itself about buying America, buying American. You don't hear that anymore, do you? Yeah, banks run the world, banks and the oil companies. That's true. Hey, mechanic mama. So, who knows? Daisy doesn't give a shit. That's interesting that Amazon unionization fell through. Now I only have, talked to a few people that have worked there and they claim they're slave drivers. UPS is like that as well. So I really don't know what to believe. That wouldn't have worked 50 years ago. They'd have burnt that plant down. I'm not saying that's the way to negotiate, but the union getting voted down, I would love to interview 100 of the people that voted no and ask them why. Amazon has a lot of resources. For all I know, they addressed a psychologist to everybody a month before they voted and spun it as, you're going to make more money with no union dues if you say no. Or in that particular state, employment is much different than it is in some of the places where I've heard a lot of complaints. You just don't know what to believe. How it ends up coming out in the end of the pipe through the media isn't necessarily the truth. Honest to God, $15 an hour, you can't live off that. Now, do I think if you're working at McDonald's, you should make $17 an hour? I don't really know how to answer that. But I know that even at $1,700 or $17 an hour, you're not going to own a home and own a car and pay insurance and, get a book here and there at Barnes and Noble and go on vacation. So I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. It's poverty. It's not a working wage. I mean, even if you go to, you see I think the government's failed us with regard to worldwide labor. I mean, they have enough data to see this coming. And I don't even think $17 an hour is going to help anymore. It's a problem. Oh, okay. Yeah, double-edged sword, you're right. No, yeah, it's about what it is. Filet mignon's about, and I'm talking about for choice, not prime. It's about 22 bucks a pound. Yeah, you go to the store. Yeah, I've noticed that too. You go to the store and you want to get something good, and it costs more than it did in a restaurant 5 years ago, and you got to cook it. No, sovereignty is not easy. You're exactly right. Yeah, it's like one banana peel after another now. It's not like, we get over big problems like with World War II when the lines were pretty clear and everybody was all for it. Or after the Depression, it's like it seems so much worse than that now. But I don't want to say we deserve a better life, but what I know for sure is that the life that your parents lived, if you're in your 20s or 30s, is nothing at all like that now. Yeah, totally. No, you're right, mechanic mama. Hey, Faye. Daisy got lucky. She was born a dog. Just damp, about 50. Hey, Graphic, how you doing? Okay, Patricia. Yeah, it's good advice, HK. It has, GS. No, I haven't. It's really dead down there, Chelsea. Yeah. Baby. Good girl. Yeah, I agree with you. I was talking with that black guy about that yesterday. If you read Revelations, if you're a Christian, looks like they nailed it. Yeah, read it. You'll think you're listening to the local news. Yeah, she's a great dog. She's not that sweet if she doesn't know you. Oh, no, Ken. You still practice the Mormon faith, HK? Faith? Yeah, I don't blame you. Make sure you take a Xanax before you start reading it. Yeah, she's a great dog. I gave her a haircut down to like as low as I could get it, short, She needs another one pretty soon. Yeah, dogs are a good time. If you've got a good one, I see these people, their dogs are a pain in the ass. You couldn't give it to me. Yeah, she's been like this, a puppy. Likes looking out the window. Good girl, honey. No, mechanic, one's enough. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I was always hoping my parents would get divorced. That's true, HK. Yeah, off in the distance. All right, BJ, have a good day. Yep. Yeah, it's a freight train. Yeah, but you know, there's a track that goes through here, but that's not the train you're hearing. There are a few tracks around here. You know, I've been getting into this audio recording now with a professional recorder. I bought some headphones the other day, and you realize how far sound travels. Oh, hi, up. How you doing? These microphones I have on this recorder I bought, when I have my headphones on, I can actually hear my lungs and my heart beating. It's that sensitive. And I take the headphones off and I can't hear it. You'd be surprised what your brain does with your hearing. Your ears hear sound much differently than a mechanical apparatus. It's the same way with photography and your eyes. Images are captured in a totally different way. I don't go live that much. Yeah, it's loud. You'd be surprised though too, like how much friction is in the wind. You know, before I started fooling around with this audio, which I know a little of, it's so interesting, like that. You know, like I said, there's no silence. There's something out there, and I can turn up the gain, the sensitivity. I can hear cars going down the expressway 3 miles from here. But when I turn it down, I can't hear any of that. So cool. The spring peepers, they're not peeping today. Too cold. You know, those little buggers produce their own antifreeze. Up to 70% of their body can freeze, and they'll still live through the winter. That's Daisy licking herself. Yeah, ultrasonic pulse frequencies, yeah. Yeah, look it up, spring peepers. There are two kinds. Oh, big time. I bought a pair of noise canceling headsets, so it gets rid of all the external ambient sound. And when you're trying to get like stuff like I am, you want a closed system. You want it all over your ear. You don't want to hear anything coming from the outside. So not only is that taken care of, it's noise canceling. I don't hear anything but what I'm trying to record. And like if I had those headphones on and I put the turn it on, it's like these these birds are like loud. Like the cicadas are coming out this summer, and it ought to be crazy. Like you would go crazy if you listen to those in a sensitive recording device with earphones on. It would drive you nuts. I mean, this train's a long ways away. It's weird. It's not just decibels, it's frequency and wind direction, and it's a lot of things. Oh, God, Glenn. Yeah, isn't that something, Elmo? No, I never was a cat guy, no. I had them as kids, a couple of them, but I'd probably get one if it needed at home under the right circumstances, but so far I've been able to avoid it. I've paid to get a bunch of them spayed and neutered. Part of the reasons was we have enough feral cats, and the other reason was I'm a big bird lover. They say that 1 in 10 feral birds' lives will end by a feral cat. Hey Penny, get rid of this clout gangster, will you? I just tried to, but it wouldn't work on my phone because I got kind of a weak signal. Let's get rid of this idiot. Hey Penny, get rid of this clout gangster idiot, will you? Oh, thanks. See you, JS. Have a good weekend. Yep. Yeah, what an idiot. How you doing, Faye? You probably have about the same weather. It's interesting. You think the weather would be a lot different, with all that 90 miles across Lake Michigan coming this way, but it's not in the spring. Yeah, it depends what kind of hawks. Most hawks, they can't handle a cat or a small dog. Yeah, it's about what it is here, 54, yeah. Wonder what the water temperature is now. I'd say it's probably around 45. I've flown over that stretch of West Michigan in an airplane about 10 times. Small airplane going to Oshkosh. We'd cut across like around Muskegon, Grand Rapids. That was like 81 miles over the water, which is about 40 minutes. And the wind's usually coming out of the west. So depending on the wind, sometimes it could be an hour. Just like the distance from Taos where I go over to Canada, that's about 69 miles. So even if you had an outboard motorboat that did 25 miles an hour, just a small one, it'd still take you over 2 hours at full throttle. It's a big distance. Another thing that's noticeable is how much quieter airplanes have become. You know, in the 80s and 90s, the louder ones, like the old 727s and DC-9s, the federal government made them get hush kits. And they're practically all gone now, and it's just crazy how much quieter airplanes are. Oh, 13, yeah. That's the design of that boat. Just go out there and have a good time, relax. You see some of these pontoons boats, they have places now that they're like 30 feet long with like twin 400 horsepower outboards. Crazy. Yeah, hush kit was like, it was kind of like a muffler for a jet engine. They worked. Planes are so much quieter now. I've owned boats before. I actually had a 42-foot boat at one time, but I owned a lot of little ones. I bought a boat and a motor just so I could go around Zug Island. And I used it once after that and then sold it. I don't want to own anything anymore. I don't want a boat, an airplane, just a vehicle to get to A to B. Yeah, I did some videos on that. Oh no, I did quite a few videos on that. Yeah, that's a big problem there. It basically, were they down around Sanford? Yeah, that's what I say. Less is more. Oh yeah, when you see the Tittabawassee, when you know the Cedar River cuts down through there as well. Yeah, that's devastating, man. They are going to get it fixed. The state took over those dams. Right, Kevin. Yep. Yeah, these bass fishermen, man, these guys are serious. It's nothing to dump 100 grand into catching bass. Yeah, they didn't. The water went around them. They called it a breach. Yeah, I did videos on it. Sanford, Michigan. Yep. Anywhere down around there. It destroyed that place. You know, not that many people eat bass that I know of. Almost everybody I talk to that catch and release, they don't like them that much. They're too bony. This area around here has got a lot of smallmouth bass. Oh, I know. Yeah, their insurance didn't cover it, and the federal government isn't going to do anything. It wasn't enough people in FEMA's eyes, which is nonsense. That was like a 100-year flood level. But you go down to the Mississippi Delta, go down around Nashville, Memphis. The flooding's just, these people are planning on it. Anywhere along the Mississippi River. I think you'd have to be crazy to do that. Water is powerful. 18 inches will move a loaded pickup truck. Probably right, Simka. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, bass. Yeah, just look at the Sanford Dam breach. Oh, are you allergic to fish, huh? Yeah, most people I know don't eat them. Nope. Yeah, I go there. It's dead down there. What I don't do, though, is spend all day looking for people like I used to. Yeah, cod. That's what everybody uses. I don't like it that much. Hey, Sean. Oh, do you, Penny? Yeah, you're right, Harolding. That's good advice. Oh, you don't, Lisa, huh? You don't want to eat the fish where I'm at right now. Too many chemicals in them. Hey, Frisky. I knew it was going to be something like that, Blue. Oh, you didn't like it, Michelle. Maybe you didn't have it prepared right. You got to go to a Greek restaurant. Yeah, catfish is good, but I wouldn't be eating them out of any river like the Rouge River or the Huron River. No way. They're right down into all the chemicals, all that sediment. I think you'd like it, Blue, if it gets prepared right, like at a Greek place. Yeah, bottom feeders. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Stans? Hey, Drowsy Doll. Yeah, try it from a Greek restaurant. Do you work at all, Michelle, or you just stay home, raise your kids? Yeah, you're right, Sean. True. Hey, sad boys. I'm in Willow Park. What happened to you? What happened to you, Margaret? Yeah, walleye's good. You got to be careful though. A lot of places will rip you off. Now, what's known as the good walleye is the walleye you get from Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan. But if you go to places, they'll say, "Oh, you can eat walleye." Ask them walleye from where, because there's an Alaskan walleye that sucks. Oh wow, good for you. Yeah, Culver's. I don't like Culver's. Their fish. I don't like Culver's fish. So I love their hamburgers and cheeseburgers, but their fish is greasy, and that breading doesn't stay on it like it should. Oh, good, Tim. Yeah, what happened to you, Margaret? Hey, she likes THC. Yeah, did you take any of those prep classes? You know, you can get that. You can take those prep tests now for free on what's the name of that place? Khan Academy. Did you know that? It's free. Khan Academy. You don't need to pay Stanley Captain or Princeton Review. There's a lot of tricks to those tests, and they show you all of them, and you get to do it, all the practice tests. Check that out, Khan Academy. Oh yeah, that's true, Michelle. Heck, you got to be one of the few housewives in your neighborhood, aren't you? Everybody else is going to work. Oh, good. So you did go and look at that. Good. Yeah, great. Isn't that crazy that that's available for free? Good for you. Now, are you planning on going to school this fall or is later? Better not be eyeing up the UPS guy, Michelle. It's a perfect opportunity. That happened in my neighborhood. Guy came home and the UPS guy was screwing his wife. No, it's good, Drowsy Doll. Khan. Khan. You too, HK. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, yep. Wow. Yep. They ended up getting a divorce, and she moved in with the UPS guy. Oh, good. Good for you. These colleges are, I don't know, I know you're planning on going out in Reno, but these colleges are getting desperate in their grad programs. Their numbers are way down in a lot of places. Yeah, he got his package, special delivery. That beat the hell out of overnight. Oh, is that right, Simka? Special delivery. Yeah, overnight. Did they really, Michelle? Wow. I know. And it's a small, what I felt bad for is the kids. It's a small town, everybody knows about it. Do it, Frisky. Oh, that wasn't nice of Michelle. Good, Sean. How you doing? He actually got fired from UPS, and then the union got him back in. He said it wasn't on company time, it was during his lunch. Yeah, you're right, Michelle. Yeah. I couldn't find any Dragon's Milk last night. It's funny you bring that up because I really like Dragon's Milk. And I just happened to be trying to like find it on my phone, by a place you can put in a zip code. And I caught a couple articles written by connoisseurs of beer, and they think that's the best beer ever made, Dragon's Milk. Oh, that's cool. Hey, Marco, Mom. How you doing? Good for you. I'm telling you, I bet you that's related to your sleep. That can happen. Oh, what'd you think of it, Sean? What's your opinion of it? What'd you think? Yeah, Big Punch. Blue, what do you think of it? Yeah, and I think it's really good. Hey, Mary. Yeah, I couldn't drink four. Once in a blue moon, I'll drink three. But 70% of the time I drink two, and 20% of the time I only drink one. That is good beer, though. I don't like it. I don't like the Solera, and I don't like the white. You can put away three or four? Wow. Oh, you haven't had any Blue Malibu. Okay. Hey, Karen. Really? You don't like drinking alone? See, I like it. Okay, Michelle. Some pretty good studies on migraines. They link them. It's funny, serotonin. It's the same with depression. They link serotonin to depression and migraines, but yet on both spectrums, real high and real low, there's people that are asymptomatic. So there goes that theory. Oh, wow. No kidding. Now, you a marijuana smoker or gummies? Or you just that damn happy you don't need anything? I envy you. That's true, Margaret. Yeah. Are you feeling okay now? Did they fix you up there in the hospital? Oh no, no kidding. Wow. Oh, you can't. Oh, did you stop smoking? Why? Do you mind me asking why? Congratulations. Oh no, that's monumental. He did drink alone. He seemed like a pretty good guy. I remember about 35 years ago, he was passing through Ann Arbor, Michigan, and he donated all his money from the concert to burn victims at the University of Michigan burn unit. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, you got to watch that India stuff. There are pretty good studies on that. You don't know if you're getting 200 milligrams or 2,000. Their quality control sucks. Good for you, oh no. Wow, good deal. Anybody that can quit heroin addiction, I think that's harder than getting a degree or a pilot's license and a bunch of that bullshit that people think takes a lot of effort. That's a double whammy, physical and mental addiction. Oh, get you drowsy, huh? You've been listening to that kook uh, of a professor out at Columbia lately? I'll tell you one thing, and I'd agree with you. Heroin is evil, but I think we see it under the worst circumstances in the interviews that I do. But it's been brought up before, and of course, you can't find much evidence on it. But evidently, and I don't have any way of validating this, there are functional heroin users. That, of course, is hard to get data on. Anybody know anything about that? Does anybody know anybody that's been a functional heroin user or recreational heroin user and still been able to do okay in life? Oh, that's true, Michelle. Yeah, hopefully you'll grow out of those. I bet after menopause you may not have them. I mean, that's a hell of a price to pay, but at least you're not going to go to your grave with them. Oh, wow, now. Huh. Oh, really, Neff? Yeah, I think that too sometimes. If I got a terminal disease, they're talking about these mushrooms now, the psilocybin. They're using that for all sorts of stuff, chronic depression. It's really interesting. There's quite a few good books on it now. I have a couple, but I haven't read them yet. Psilocybin, mushrooms. No kidding. Oh, no. Wow. 39. Yeah, you got a ways to go. They did. She was right, Blue Mabel. That's absolutely true. It's true. She's right. They did, Heralding. Yeah, they did. They did decriminalize him. Yep. Prostitution's legal there now. Well, I shouldn't say it's legal. They refuse to prosecute. I mean, shit, you can go to Ann Arbor now, not worry about getting arrested, having a escort, take a mushroom afterwards. Shit, man. The problem is nobody can afford to live there. Even the doctors can't afford to live in town. Ann Arbor's a unique place. You know what's strange about Ann Arbor? I mean, they have a lot of conservative tendencies, even though it's a liberal university. It's really a weird place. It's a nice place. I don't think it's worth what they charge for it. I don't think a lot of places are, including Traverse City. You're right, Neff. It does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, they are. Yeah, you're right. Psychedelics. Yep. You're right, Demetrios. You're so right. Yep. Well, I mean, you can't argue with the data. I had that book. I haven't read it yet, Harolding. What'd you think of the book overall? Yeah, they're all over there. Yeah, big time. How's South Dakota? No, like Dart. Yeah, I've read really good studies on that. They talk about sexual abuse victims kind of letting it go after some mushrooms, and chronic depressed people, people that had had trauma occur. It's interesting. Huh. Yeah, let me know how that goes, Harolding. Let me know how that goes. Yeah, micro dosing. They're even using it sometimes in people that have witnessed like crime. I mean, I'm not finding anything bad about it. I'm not saying I'm gonna go run out there and try it, but this is sounding like a fantasy drug. Yeah, light dark. That's exactly right. Bingo. You're right. You've been reading about this. Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, ketamine, they use that. That's part of the sedation they use when they euthanize a pet. They call it the pink cocktail. When you hear of veterinary clinics being broken into, that's what they're looking for. Yeah, heralding those states like South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. I don't think I could just live in those places just based on their ideology. It seem like fucking crazy. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Oh, that's interesting, Blue, huh? I've never smoked marijuana. I've taken a few gummies. I don't like the smell of it. Oh, really, Neff? Huh? Oh, really, Gerald? How you doing now? Oh, did you, Simca? I wonder what caused that. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh no, isn't it? So you've been on methadone the whole time, huh? Right. Oh, really, Blue? Wow. Oh, okay. Oh, no. Do you see any downside to methadone? Yeah, Neff, you're exactly right. Yep, that's it. Well, when you think about it, it's a chemical reaction, anger, sadness, depression, feeling good, feeling on top of the world. If they can come out with drugs like this that you can use and there isn't a downside and you don't start robbing party stores to pay for your habit, I think that's the way to go. I just wonder if it's false. I mean, are these mushrooms putting you where you should have been all along? Or are they taking you to a place that you should have never experienced? Oh, Blue, sorry about that. Oh, interesting, Blake. Wow. Yeah, well, methadone. I've heard that a lot, trading one habit for another. But it does take the middleman out of it, and you don't have to rob people. Oh, interesting, Neff. Oh, interestingly, tomato. I drink too much caffeine, too. Yeah. You're not drinking those energy drinks, are you, Michelle? Oh, okay, Harold. Oh, interesting, Sean. Yeah, I found drinking water is easier if you buy it by the case. Oh, interesting. Oh, no. Oh, really, Simka? Oh, interesting, Neff. Huh. Hey, Lube. Yeah, that happens. Hey, I'm over here in Willow right now. I'm over here in Willow. Come on over here. Introduce yourself. Now, try the bottles, the cheap bottles. Get a whole case for $2.50. You're right, Lean Tomato. Yeah, I got a buddy like that too. Get the vitamin water then. That's just like hospice. Look at the profit in profit hospice clinics. You talk about a scam. Wow, no. Oh, wow, Faye. Yeah, try the bottles. Just get one with flavor in it, or get the low calorie Gatorade. You're right, late dart. Yeah, lucky you're alive. Yeah, you got to be careful who you ask that to. Wow. Margaret, are you feeling better now? You okay? Costco has good seafood. They kick Walmart's ass wherever they go. Walmart is pulling out every stop that they have to try to compete with Costco, and they lose every place they go. It's interesting. It's not easy to beat Walmart. Oh, okay. Oh, no. Yeah, stop by and say hello. I'm right here at the end. Right here at the Chestnut, whatever they call it. Chestnut something. You know where I'm talking about? Yeah, come on over. Yeah, that's true, Neff. They say it's free, but when you look at what your taxes are, not really. You know, they're constantly comparing Canada to the United States. It's not really a fair comparison for free health care, because look at your income tax rate. I mean, we could pay 50% income tax over here and say it was free, but which would be true, but there's a caveat to it. There you go, Michelle. Check their seafood out. I think their meat's good too. Though I've heard that. Oh, a giant eagle. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you're right. Oh no, yeah, right. Yeah, it's it, Gerald. Yep. Oh, really, Neff? It is, Michelle, huh? Oh, really, Simca? You don't pay sales tax. This guy comes on the chat all the time right here. Small world, isn't it? Stay there, hon. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Tom?
Good. You know, you're right. I didn't realize you could see Boblo from that park down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I didn't think it was that far south.
Oh yeah.
That's a nice park.
Yeah, you can see the point and everything.
Yeah.
Like where they used to have the sky needle going.
Yeah, yep.
It's real nice, you know. So.
How long you been coming back to these parks?
Oh my God, I've been coming here for about 15 years.
Yeah, I was coming here before there were parks.
Yeah, this is.
We used to hunt pheasants in Oakwood.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go over there. That's a great place to walk a dog.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I always go over to. At night they have the owl prowl going on.
Yeah.
And I take my son and my girlfriend over there.
Yeah.
And we go out there and we look for screech owls.
You see any?
Yeah, we come over this way, and then they got an app on your phone, and you can do the screech owl, and they got a guide over there, and they do that, and basically it flies right in there, and they shine a light on it. They're only like this big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm always at this park.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely. Love your channel.
Thank you. We actually used to camp right there where the nature center is,
Really?
where they put the canoes in.
Yeah, you know, I want to try to figure out how to get on that canoe. this summer.
Yeah. Well, they have that place, you know, where the Motor City something, canoe or something. They'll
Yeah.
drop you off and float you down. It's only like $20 or something.
Oh, okay.
I've been thinking about taking it myself.
I'd like to do that too. Yeah, I don't know how it'll be with COVID this year.
Yeah, I know. My guess would be not very good.
Yeah.
We all had small boats, and we would come up to right there at Michigan Memorial, where you pass the entrance, like to the west. There was a party store there named Rennie's Party Store. We'd tie our boats up behind the cemetery, go over there, get chips, pop.
Oh,
That
sure.
place has been gone for 40 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my grandmother, she used to live on Van Riper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where are you from originally?
Rosio.
Oh, okay. I had a girlfriend over there a long time ago. Do you know Joanne Chapo?
Doesn't sound
No,
familiar.
she lived over off Thoroughfare.
Thoroughfare, okay.
Yeah.
Over on West River Road.
Yeah, remember the Upper Crust pizza place?
Is it the airport?
Yeah, it is now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They still got a pool table in there?
Yeah, that place has some memories.
Yeah, they got a good bike trail though over there in
Oh,
Grosse
yeah,
Ile.
you know, there's a nice llama farm over there. You should, check out sometime.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And the only problem is the free bridge is shut down.
Yeah, I knew they were doing that.
So you got to go over the toll bridge if
Okay.
you get one of these passes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think it's $6, $7.
Really?
It's pretty expensive.
That is pretty expensive.
Yeah.
I got a tour of the Harry Bennett house too, that Chinese pagoda looking place.
Oh, yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, a neighbor of mine kept a boat there when I was a kid.
Okay.
And then they had revolving walls and a tunnel under the river and all sorts of cool stuff. My dad worked at Ford in the days,
Okay.
so he was always telling me as a kid a lot about Harry Bennett.
Yeah.
So it has an interesting connection.
Now, did you know that the Fords own a place on West River Road, and they had it's like a summer home on West River Road, and then the outboard engine. There's a plaque right when you go down West River Road.
Yeah.
It's where the first outboard was actually built and invented.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
They fixed those roads there yet?
Yeah, West River Road. They redid the whole thing.
Oh, good.
So that's set, but East River is pretty rough still. They're going to be working on that next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. There's a lot of history over
Yeah,
there.
big time, man.
Dodge Brothers,
Yeah.
they still have their home over there. They're like apartments over there.
You know that guy that I don't know if he's still alive anymore. Wendell Flynn owned airport parking.
Yeah.
He's still alive?
No, I think he passed on.
Yeah, I was chasing him around 40 years ago for not paying bills. He'd have people come in there and like redo whatever,
Yeah.
and then not pay him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
Lived in a big giant house over there. He was impossible to serve a subpoena to.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, you should definitely.
Yeah, I'll check that out. Thank you.
So,
yeah.
I just want to say.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Good meeting you.
Good meeting you.
Take care.
Yep.
Small world. Yeah, he's an interesting guy, isn't he? I forgot that you could see the tip of Bobolo from those Erie Park over there the other day. But he's right. Hey, Savina. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? See what time it is now. 2 o'clock. Another busy day. Yeah, hang in there, Nev. No, I haven't. You know, I've been down there and I haven't seen anybody. Like I said earlier, you know, I go down there, but I don't spend all day driving around like I used to. Yeah, small world is right. Yeah, Mary, have a good day. Clock those winds out there. You need an anemometer so you can give me wind reports. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Of course he's happy. He's got a son and a girlfriend. Yeah, I didn't really like that sub. But I think it's my fault for just going with what she ordered. Look, there's a pair of mallard ducks sitting right out in the middle of nowhere, a hen and a drake. Hey, Claire. And Gilbert O'Sullivan wrote about you. Yeah, they're getting rid of them a lot of places. Cause a lot of E. coli. Yeah, you familiar with him, Intellectual? Put it in YouTube, Gilbert O'Sullivan, the song Claire. It's a good song. He also wrote a song about killing himself after his fiance walked out in the midst of a wedding. I think the title's Sing a Little While From Now. You'll find it when you search the first song. Yeah, Alone Again. That's it. Alone Again. Yep, you're right. Alone Again. Yep, you got it. Bingo. You'd have got that on Jeopardy. Yeah, I did. Sorry about that. Have a good day, Gerald. Thanks for the info. Shut up, Glenio. Mind your own business. It's not illegal. It's no different than looking at a GPS or a speedometer. I don't want a head cam. Everything's fine here. Yeah, I think so too. I know a good group of people. Yeah, it sure took a while, that's for sure. Thank you for recognizing that. Yeah, they're a lot of trouble. They were thinking of opening an off season on them because it's such a problem. They were like that down in Louisville too. Big time. I mean, that's kind of a tough way of handling it, but what else are you gonna do? They just culled a bunch of deer here in this park. I mean, that's a problem. I'm not so sure what the answer is. I mean, you just get to where, like, people are clobbering them with cars all day long. Now, is that the deer's fault? No. But I mean, it's just, there's not a good solution. All the deer are doing is just being deer. I don't know what the answer is. I wouldn't want to be the guy shooting them, though, I'll tell you that. They're just out here living. And not their fault they're here. Hey, Lori. Daisy likes it out here. See more and more people. They got a horse trail up here. More and more people are bringing their horses out here. Yeah, they do. They do. Yep, they give the meat to someplace. They wouldn't give it to me, though, because I think it tastes like shit. I don't care what you do to it. Season it, stew it, bake it, deep fry it, tenderize it. It sucks. Which is why you don't see it for sale commercially. Yep, see their horses right there? Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, that might be all right. Yeah, it is. That's what I get it by the case. Yeah, I gotta get some today. For some reason, I hate taking the time to buy a case of water. I don't know. I don't know why. Whether I just don't like lugging it around or going in there just for that. I just drag my feet on it. And Daisy's a good girl. Yeah, that's about it, Sean. If you're hungry enough, that's true. No, I don't know what I'm gonna get today. I'm really kind of like at the end of my rope on places to eat. Yeah, that's what most people do. They say you give people a package of deer and they give it to their dogs. You know, you can make anything taste good if you make sausage out of it. Oh, Dublin, that's cool. There's a lot of, I bought this book, I've mentioned it before, on meat. It's called Craft Meat. You can get it on Amazon or places. It's really interesting. They talk about all the cuts of meat, but there's a big, huge section on sausage from different parts of the world. And some of it is like gourmet sausage, but it's quite a complex way of preparing it. Oh, Daisy loves, yeah. And there's a bunch of people back here today. I don't like the idea of this rafting company being here. Yeah, I almost went to Leon's. It's good food, but barely. You know, it's all comes off the back of a Gordon's food truck. Oh, I didn't know they made venison soup. You fall out of one of these kayaks or canoes today, you'd freeze your ass off. Yeah, deer jerky might be alright. That's another one though. If you cook it long enough, anything tastes good. I think bison's good. It's a lot better for you. For some reason, I've heard it's against the law, but I know that I think it's against the law because I tend to believe it, but you can't give any hormones to bison for some reason. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I haven't been down there in a while. Down Burner Highway. Yeah, I don't like pasties. I refer to them as dog food in a dried up, crusty bun. Yeah, you're lucky, Simka. You're lucky in everything. I hope you have a good day today. Hope you can hear this.